Well, there are a few extra smiles on kids at Peyton Manning's Children's Hospital tonight.
Yeah, that's thanks to the generosity of a man who was able to take advantage of the latest stock craze surrounding GameStop. Wish TV's Dan Klein joins us with the story. And Dan, in some ways, it's the unlikeliest of people to donate.
Yeah, someone with hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt. But in other ways, it sort of makes sense. He's a medical student who loves pediatrics, who just felt like he had to pay it forward. From Wall Street to 86th Street.
They can enjoy that money more than I can right now.
Kids at Peyton Manning Children's Hospital have a few more toys to help them get through tough days. It's a donation that really began a month ago when Aaron Schmid started investing in GameStop stock, part of the Reddit Wall Street Bets community.
Don't invest more than you're willing to lose.
For him, that was $3,000, which spiked, netting him $12,000 profit before he decided to sell last week.
We, as a collective, want to show everybody that, hey, we're just, trying to redistribute this money to people that don't have any. And
Schmid is not your typical second-year medical student at Marian University. He's married and worked for 4 years as a pharmacist before realizing he didn't like standing behind a counter to help people. He wants to give back, and so, inspired by his Christian faith and another Reddit user's story, he went to the GameStop store down the street from Ascension St. Vincent, bought 3 Nintendo Switches and games, and dropped them off at the Children's Hospital. Total cost $900 for someone with $200,000 in debt before he started med school.
I couldn't find any better way to spend that money than to give it back to some kids.
Donations like this, where we can get them immediately in the hands of kids, is just so wonderful.
Clinical program manager Caitlin Knapp says there are about 30 inpatient and ICU kids and very few portable game systems. Especially these days, with many teen common areas closed and fewer visitors allowed, the gifts couldn't come at a better time. With online capabilities, now they can play with their friends from their hospital room.
To think about the kids and wanting to give back in that way, especially amid, the COVID-19 crisis, I think that it just speaks volumes for, humanity and people's desire to help others.
Aaron's not sure where he will end up, but it should be no surprise. Perhaps at a hospital like this one.
I love kids, so hopefully something pediatric surgery along those lines.
Yeah, you got to love that. Well, Aaron Schmid says he sold all of his GameStop shares because he got a little too nervous. He has picked up 300 shares of AMC stock, which the Wall Street Reddit community is also targeting.
We'll see how that works out. Fingers crossed for him, right? So, Dan, how does he, because obviously he's got a lot of debt, as you mentioned in that piece. How does he afford to invest?
Well, you saw the photos of his wife. His wife is actually a cardiovascular technician at one of the local hospitals, so they live on that income, and his efforts in the stock market are actually an effort to try to build his retirement portfolio even at a younger age. So, and I should mention, too, that we've got a link to, if you'd like to help the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital with some of the efforts and ways to give, we got a link to that on our website as well. So, but it was kind of fun to talk to him, and you got to love someone who's just paying it forward like that when he doesn't have to.
Right.
He could take that money and say, you took the risk, you get the profit, but he's passing on to others.
Wow, so good. Hopefully it inspires others too,
Absolutely.
Dan. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Good story, Dan. Thank you.